Look at that.
Good Monday morning to Jim and America. We are back from what was an absolutely incredible, amazing weekend. We thank all of you who tuned in over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, for the live events, live interviews, and broadcasting from the show. Apologize by some of the equipment mess ups at the beginning on the sound and microphone. Oops. That was, well, anyways, that person's been fired. We have somebody new now.
Yeah.
And we're going to recap all of that, what took place, what the cause is for. And just because the weekend's over doesn't mean the work stops. So we'll get into all that. Plus, we'll talk about a couple other things. We got some illegal problems again in America. I don't know. Is there going to be a debate tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, I've never seen something scheduled and be so wishy-washy at this point. So we will see what happens there. All that, as always, Jim, more than most people want. On what?
Live from we're a little tired. Anyway, live from the Patriots Prayer Network. It's two guys, one coup.
Wake the hell up, America.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, buried in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Fight back rage, flames in the night. No more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. Two guys, one coup, bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall and truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right mix poison in the bow. But we see through, we feel the beat.
I'm Dale. That's Jim. The two hardest working guys in the podcast industry, I'd say. Right? Agreed? At least this past weekend. So it was incredible. We're going to recap it for you in this way. Excuse me. I might lose my voice. I don't know. I barely got it back today. Yesterday was a disaster, so thank God we weren't on air.
When you watch some videos that he plays, you will know why his voice is gone. Because if you listen close enough, you can
hear Dale. Everybody can hear Dale always. That's a problem.
Yeah. I had a lot of videos too that I wanted to put up there.
Yeah,
but we were screaming too much that you're going to hear us too. Plus and I just said it wasn't.
It's like, who wants to hear us scream?
Exactly.
Right. Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody can hear me today. I'm trying to keep my voice at a certain level because if I get too animated then it's gone and it goes away. So you're welcome, everybody.
Dale lost his voice yesterday.
This is Jim's wish mainly.
Actually, it was Saturday night into Sunday you started.
Into Sunday. Yeah, correct. So thank God it didn't happen on air, but it's liable to happen today. So I'm going to kind of just maintain where I'm at. And
I will try not to irritate you.
Please. I want to first of all thank Rich and Sharon Gunther. They are the owners of Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load Coffee. I've never met, so we met so many people and we're going to thank them all.
Yep.
We'll get through it. I've never met two people who embraced us as if we were family to them.
Yep.
We're family now with them. These are the most kind-hearted, hardworking individuals I've ever met in my life. And, Rich is treasurer, selfless. Rich is treasurer of the Warrior Shield Foundation. And Sharon, she just puts in the hard work and works with them. All that they did, that beautiful shirt that you're wearing, Jim, is one that they printed for the Warrior Weekend this past weekend, all for free, all donated. Incredible human beings. Honestly, so proud that we're associated with them and that we're friends with them. It goes beyond even any business relationship whatsoever at this point. They are true friends to us, and will always be.
Yeah, we just had a great time with them. I mean, we were hoping we were going to get some time because we just weren't sure how it was going to go.
Oh, I know.
And we know with Rich being part of the group, how much time he would have. But that
they made time for
that
us.
First night we sat out, and man, it was a good amount of time, and we talked to them, and they're who we thought they were. They're
who we thought.
It's actually maybe even better than who we thought they were.
Correct.
Because these are fantastic people, and folks, just go out gritgearapparel.com.
Yeah,
and we'll play a commercial here shortly. Buy their products. It's great. It's all patriotic. Just wonderful people, and we want
positive messages, patriotic. Yep, exactly. That's just who they are. Let's just get to it. We'll get to the ad. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
That is what, Buckeye. Thank you. Good to see you. gritgearapparel.com and lockandloadcoffee.com. I encourage everybody out there to please go support this company. The work they do. Oh, there it is. It's coffee mugs. And that shirt was made for the event. Beautiful. Yep. Absolutely striking. Well done. Yep. Good material. Great gear. It doesn't matter what they have on that site because it just keeps getting better and better each time. They keep putting more and more and more. Potentially
2 new shirts.
Maybe. More to come.
And if you watch this show enough, you're going to know why.
You're going to know why. So potentially that is true. So Rich, Sharon, everybody at Grit Gear, thank you so much for your hospitality, for spending the time with us. We're very honored and proud to call you friends. Please go out there and support them. Veteran supported, obviously, family owned and operated, America first, and use coupon code 2guys. And you get 10% off your first order. If you are ordering more, please use, I'm going to play that next, warriorshield.org. Thank you, Buckeye. Even if it's not your first order, please use the coupon code 2guys. Help them keep track that you heard it here. It's important to do that anyways, but anything over $125, it's free shipping. So if you're right on that edge, $120, buy a decal, buy something, get that free shipping. Totally worth it.
Heck yeah.
So coupon code 2guys, please go support them. Great friends, just great friends.
In a couple months, we have some
family
news that we'll tell. That probably happen. Kind of maybe an on-site.
Yeah, we'll have Rich back on too. We'll let him break the news.
Especially with our Ohio fan.
Correct.
Listeners.
Which there were a ton there, which was nice.
Well, because Sub-Zero was based in Ohio,
so they were the recipient of. I'm telling you, I'm jumping around, but Saturday night's gala was phenomenal. They had a live auction, unbelievable items.
Folks, we are going to talk about the Warrior Shield all throughout the year. We're going to talk about all of everything they do and who they are, is because we want to fill this place up next year. And
it keeps growing every year, so it's good.
Plenty of time. It's going to be weekend of September 12th next year. It's going to be during that weekend.
Yep.
And
In Florida again, in Orlando.
We just need people to come down, people to this to see. And I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed.
Nope.
The concert, Dale's going to play some videos, and Dale
Yeah.
will talk about the performers that did.
Yeah.
But folks, I'm going to tell you right now, this group from Sub-Zero to the Warrior Shield, they are the best of the best Americans we have. Human
Yes.
beings.
Human
Americans,
beings.
human beings. They're
Yeah.
selfless. What they do for our veterans when the federal government refuses to.
Correct.
And at Warrior Shield, they do things differently.
Yeah.
All right. They fundraise for fundraisers.
Yes.
They fundraise money to give to other charities
Correct.
that are affiliated with Warriors,
Yep.
with veterans or
Mhm.
first responders.
Yep.
Okay. Police, fire, any first responders they do this for. And
Yes. Correct.
they're not as well known, obviously, as Tunnel to Towers, but just some of the
They will be.
Dale, don't you agree? Some of the best people you will ever.
It was life-changing, a life-changing weekend for me and for you. I know we've talked about it. It is absolutely the best of the best out there, and they are very selfless, and they are very patriotic, and they care deeply about the veterans and first responders and Gold Star families. It's an incredible group of people. Not a single person I met. You get something like that, and you're like, boy, that guy probably annoys me, a little bit. I didn't meet one. Did you?
Nope, not one.
Not a man, woman, even child was annoying in any way, or you thought, boy, they're here for a different reason. They're not. They're all there for the same cause.
One of the kids was a little annoying because he could hit a target from 1,200 yards.
Yeah, one of the kids
was a little annoying.
Well,
that was annoying, but
yeah, unreal. That was pretty cool,
10.
actually.
So
yeah, that was pretty cool. But
yeah,
I'm gonna play Warrior Shield. We're gonna play it every episode.
Can I do something real quick before you play that?
You can do anything you want,
folks. I'm gonna give credit, and I know he's not gonna, because believe it or not, Dale is humble. I know when you watch this show, you may not think so, but he is.
Yeah, Dale's humble.
This video that you're about to see, Dale put it together, and they liked it so much that they put it on the show. It was there. It was during the event that they
opened it, the gala.
Credit to Dale for creating this.
I appreciate that too. It was an honor to have that played in front of those guys. And we'll tell you some of those guys here in a minute. Let's get to that. Let's play this. Be right back.
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight. You gotta light 'em up.
Yeah, that was quite the honor to have that played. And there we go. There,
and
Warrior.
You can still donate throughout the year, folks. It's not just
you have to
during the time. You
have to donate throughout the year. You have to support them.
Like if you have a, I want to give to somebody, got a little extra money. WarriorShield.org, and then also don't forget SubZeroMission.org as
Correct.
well. That was the recipient of it. We'll talk more about them.
We certainly will. Yeah, we certainly will talk more about them. What they do, Sub-Zero, I guess we'll go right into it real quick, as their goal and their mission is to get every homeless vet off the streets. Seems like that should be the goal of America in general.
You would think.
You would think. They do it. they've had over 2,000 success stories of
Yep.
getting homeless vets off the street. And what they do, folks, is
And it's throughout the country too. It's not
throughout
just
the country.
in the Ohio area, right?
Not just, they're based out of Ohio, and it kind of started there because it was one January, super cold. They got a call that there was somebody underneath a bridge, an overpass, right? They went there, and it happened to be an Army vet, I believe.
And there was another there too.
There was another. Yes, correct. They trudged down through the snow, through the cold, brought them out, gave them clothing, gave them food, gave them boots, gave them a place to stay at their location. They have a bed. They have bed or beds where they will house them temporarily. And then they give them the necessary resources to get on their feet. Not handouts, hand ups is what they do.
Yep.
And the veterans themselves, they've got to be willing to participate in it. They've got to be willing to show, but they'll put them to work making gloves there at their location and subs, and then get them employment. It's absolutely unbelievable. They said it takes $90,000 on average per homeless vet to get them the resources and get them up on their feet and get them stable.
That's
it's
their
unbelievable
new project.
cause.
That's their new project they're coming up with. They announced it that they're actually going to take a veteran, and they're going to run them through. They're going to get them they're going to get them into a home, okay. And what they're going to do once they get them in the home, if whatever addiction they have or whatever trauma they have, whatever emotional trauma they have, they're going to help them. They're going to guide them through step by step to eventually they're going to be able to go back to work and
live on their home. They're selfless.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're located in Ohio. I think it's
they are
Painesville
located
in that
Ohio.
area.
Yeah.
But folks, they do have things throughout the year.
Painesville Township, Ohio. I should have known that. Everybody there was literally from my hometown area.
They do things throughout the year. Like, for instance, there's a golf outing this weekend that unfortunately too late. It's closed. It's already full.
And it's booked.
But we are planning to do something for that next year. But they do have a race coming up in November. So please go out to their website, subzeromission.org. They're doing a 5K. We are going to sponsor. I might run in it. I have training I got to do, but either way,
if you guys want to, we're going to sponsor some of that.
We are going to sponsor some things there. But please, if you're a runner and you love doing 5Ks, for a great cause. It's
great cause, unbelievable cause, and they need the support. They need, you know how many homeless vets there are across this country? It's endless, and it's crazy because those who have served are less than 1% of our total population. So you got to go out there and you got to help them. They do it. They do it along with Warrior Shield Foundation. Unbelievable.
Sarge, Dell, Mike, Josh, and Tim, and all the others from Sub-Zero Mission. It was an honor to meet you guys.
Oh my Lord.
Phenomenal people. I like Tim's story that he told me. He was a long range gunner on top of I don't know what, but he was a
tell us the vehicle, Jim. Yeah,
I don't know, but he was a long range gunner, and he goes, when I got out of the military, I came in the private sector. There was no need for a long range
gunner in the private sector.
Well, maybe in Chicago there might be need for it, but I don't know.
Maybe,
but so he became a police officer in the Phoenix area. So, these are great people, guys. These are veterans that have been through. I can't even imagine. Everything that some of these have gone through, and to be able to function, I would not be able to function. I would be feeling sorry for myself. I would be, but they don't. And what they do now is they give back.
I know.
They try to help the vet that they had went through.
Correct.
And give. And not every veteran has the family support.
Correct.
That some of these veterans have had, which is why they end up.
Well, a lot of them come back with skills that don't apply to the real world, like operating a heavy gun, like on veterans, guys,
everything you do in life, you go out shopping, you can choose whatever you want to choose, and it's because of them.
Correct.
It's not because of Biden, even though he's going to tell you. It's because of him and Kamala or Nancy Pelosi. It's not because of them.
Yeah.
It's because of these heroes that fought for us.
Correct. Correct. So great recipient of all the funding this past weekend, the Sub-Zero mission. Great job, Chance Shoel. He's absolutely, he's
I
the
didn't know he was an
brainchild and
auctioneer.
the leader behind Warrior Shield. What's that?
I didn't know he was an auctioneer.
I didn't either. He did a really good job,
Pretty good.
didn't he? Which I was like,
Yeah.
holy smokes, this guy's talented beyond belief. Military vet, ex air marshal, auctioneer. Nobody knew. Well, some people knew. It was our first time knowing.
Yeah.
But they, from what we can gather, and I'm not going to give you an exact figure, but it was $100,000 just that night in the auction items. The auction items were insane. I mean, we're talking, rifles for John Tigan. We're talking Colonel Gadsden rifle. We're talking some important people out there, some true American heroes. There was all sorts of artwork. Scott Lebedo had some artwork there that he donated, that they auctioned off. It was just incredible. Grit Gear, of course, gave a lot, and Lock and Load Coffee. There was all sorts, Patch Ops. That's Tim's business. I don't know how many people will tell you. Oh, that's from Tim, Patch Ops.
Yeah, that's one of the patch
Nice.
ops.
It's a hat patch. Yep.
We'll talk more about his.
Fight,
We're
fight,
going to
fight.
have him on.
We are for sure. He's unreal.
He's the
That
long
dude-
gunner.
That dude's fun. That dude's
He's
fun.
the-
I hate his beard because I'm jealous of it, but that's
Perfect
okay.
beard, dude.
There was only
Perfect.
1,000 of those in the room, right? Well, there's me
Yeah.
and Jim with our, who we are. So, but I can be honest,
yeah, it was, yeah.
they were all gracious. So we got the opportunity to speak with. Well, we got the opportunity to speak with Tig. He didn't come on the air
Right.
only because of schedules, but he did promise us that he will call in. We'll get him on. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Really, you don't know who
Watch
he is? At this
13
point?
hours. Or
Watch
read the book.
13 hours. Yep, or watch 13 hours.
I would watch it. It's
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
But
And-
what
and-
in the
go on.
story?
Yeah,
Are you
tell
going to
it.
tell this? Okay,
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
for all of you who don't know, what happened
Yep.
was Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State during this time. Okay, so she
people know, but
inevitably
yes.
was responsible. I still blame Obama as well, but because he was in bed, right?
Yeah.
That was the story. He was still in bed. But Hillary, so Tig now, every birthday for Hillary Clinton, he'll send her birthday card.
He did not tell us what's in that card or what it said, but he
Nope.
sends her a
Right.
birthday card every year on her birthday since that day.
I mean, if you
Un-
remember,
Yeah.
because a lot of people probably don't remember this, but these the ones who came back, who fought. I mean, obviously we lost two. I think they were. Now some of them might have been current, but they were serving as security, is what they were.
Yep,
doing.
correct.
So,
And the
but they went.
ambassador. And ambassador.
Yeah,
Steve.
and then in the ambassador, we lost
Yeah.
them. But the ones who came back, the ones who fought, the ones who bravely fought to defend the American lives, they were demonized by the administration.
Demonized.
And the media. They were
Yeah.
demonized
Oh, of course,
until
the
the
media
true
was
story
complicit.
comes out.
Yeah.
When the people who they saved,
Yeah.
who were assholes, some of them, but the
Correct.
people they saved, this is what happened.
Yep.
I mean, it was, man, it was
Unbelievable.
goosebumps all over because
Yeah.
you watch the movie, you read the book, and you already get that anyway. But then when
You
you
do.
talk to the guy,
When you're there
You know,
with the guy.
and when you watch the movie, all the rounds going out,
Massive.
all the
Yeah.
rounds, only 285 rounds were fired.
Yep.
And he goes and he looks right at us and said, every one of them hit the mark.
Hit the
I'm
mark.
like, okay,
Yep.
oh, gee.
I believe
I mean, that's just,
I believe it.
that's just,
Incredible. I mean,
and he had some army jokes too.
some great army jokes.
He said
They weren't going to be able to hold his
The
gun
he
because
was
it was too
auctioning
heavy.
off was,
Yeah.
he's a Marine. He goes, you army people may not be able to hold,
Hold this.
So it was cool.
It was great. And not only that, but he's a vandal. Who knew?
Yeah.
As he sharpied the police car and signed it, the hood of it.
Apparently
it
that's
was
an
great.
annual thing.
Yeah, the Windermere Police Department, who we have to thank as well. The bike ride, they escorted along with the Florida State Highway Patrol, escorted over 50 bikes on their run Saturday morning, which was incredible. They're doing it again next year. So it's only going to grow. But it's going to take us to do it. So everybody out there, keep sharing who they are. Real quick, I'm going to go into a couple more people. It's weird. I was sitting there thinking, I've been thinking since the event ended, who was my favorite person? Like out of everybody we met and talked to, that's a hard one, right? That's a hard one because they're all heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody we talk to, they're all serving. They're all selfless. They're all doing the dirty work behind the scenes that our government will not do in order to help the veterans. But who's my favorite one? I can't really say, but one that stood out really was for me. Well, there's two. So there's Colonel Gregory Gadsden,
Mm-hmm.
who absolutely is the most amazing individual
And
I might
I'm
have ever
humbled
met.
because I am his favorite podcaster.
Listen,
I am
I'm not going
completely
into that
humbled.
story.
I've got a book that
It
says it.
signed it because you told him.
No, I said put whatever you want in there, and he goes, okay.
I wasn't there, so there's no way you said that. There's no way you said that. So I know it. And he goes, if Dale comes over with a book, I'll put to my second favorite podcaster. So at the end of the evening, we went, said goodbye to him and all that. He goes, so you okay that he's my favorite podcaster? I said, that's why I didn't buy your book. I'm not going to be your second fan. I'm not going to buy your book. He was just laughing. He was a trip. And he's the first individual Jim and I have ever had an adult beverage on air.
On air.
Never forget it. I don't know if I'll ever have another one on air because of
people of Orlando. Fix your water. Your water has an awful high alcohol content.
It does.
We were drinking water and it affected us.
Yeah. I don't know if it's coming from Tampa. I don't know where they get their water, but it was strong.
Yeah.
At any rate, he was absolutely just an absolute joy. If you didn't get to hear that, go back a couple episodes, you get to hear it. It was live with him. One that you might not have heard because of our technical mess ups that really, really aggravates me was Karen Bingham. She is the mother of Mark Bingham, who is one of the Let's Roll group on United Flight 93. Now, 2 days from today, we'll be on the air on September 11th. We celebrate the 23rd. We memorialize the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. The story she told, what she's gone through, her memory of the day. The fact that Mark was the last one on the plane because he was running late. He literally was running down the jetway or the walkway to get on the plane. And then that occurs. And then the bull crap she's gotten from this current administration over it. And Obama's administration. It was terrible. And from some of the general public, when she wears a shirt memorializing her son, and people come up to her in stores and say, you haven't gotten over that yet? I don't know how she hasn't killed. And believe me, Karen would kill she'd want to kill somebody. She's an amazing human being and a lot of fun and just an absolute doll. But for somebody to do that, we said it ourselves. I don't care who's memorializing who. I may not agree with why you're memorializing some person. I'm just not going to go up to you and say that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's your relative or if that's your son, daughter, husband, wife. I don't know that.
If somebody had a George Floyd shirt in memory of George Floyd, I might roll my eyes, but I'm not going to walk up to them and say, you're not over that yet? Because you don't know if
not
that's
up to
a family
me to
member.
decide that for them.
Whether I think the guy was a piece of crap or not, it's besides the point.
We do.
He was a son.
He was a son.
Okay.
He was somebody's
son.
I don't know.
I would
father.
never.
I don't know. Uncle. It's just not up to me to decide their feelings on how they memorialize it. Again, like you said, I might disagree with the whole thing.
She's going to miss this year's ceremony.
She is going to miss this year's ceremony
because there's two individuals that are going to be there.
Yeah. So,
and she knows it's only for a political stunt.
Stunt.
Remember what they accused President Trump of doing?
Yeah.
Remember what
at Arlington?
At Arlington.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you think these two individuals who never even acknowledged the Afghan victim?
Correct.
Right? Never acknowledged it.
Doesn't
do anything for anybody, but all of a sudden it's going to the 93.
They're going to Shanklin, Pennsylvania, to that memorial for United Flight 93.
President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are going there, and she refuses.
She refuses to go. Mm-hmm. Refuses to go. She even went when Obama was there.
Yep.
She does not like him, but she went when Obama was there.
It's a funny story of her husband.
Yeah.
She walked away.
Right. Yeah. So she was going to shake hands with Barack Obama, her husband, who has since passed 3 years ago, unfortunately, turned around and walked the other way and said, I'm not shaking his hand. Absolutely not. They know. Those are the people we're talking about here, folks. Those are the people we're talking about. So she was absolutely, it was an unexpected introduction and then an amazing pleasure, absolutely to
what
meet her.
she has been through.
Mhm.
It's and everything that she has done, and to be who she is. And but I'll say, I want to tell you that one of the neat moments of the concert,
Mhm.
and I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't have
For
that
those
because I
left
was
behind,
watching, not videoing.
when they played that song, the one that's on the Grit Gear commercial that
Yep.
you hear,
Mhm.
he sang that song, and then he got down into the crowd. Ryan Weaver did, and he went up to the veterans that he knew. He went up, Tig. He went up to Colonel Gadsden.
Yeah.
And at the very end, when he ends it, for those who are left behind, he puts his arm around Karen Bingham.
Yep.
Mike Bingham's mother.
Taylor's
and for
buddy.
those who are left behind, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh my God, it was just emotional. I mean, it was,
And
she
heartfelt.
has,
And not,
she is the most wonderful individual
she sure
who has
is.
tragedy upon tragedy.
Yes.
And she did tell the story. Mike's always late for everything.
Late. Always late.
He was the last one on the plane.
Yep. That's what I said earlier. Yep. Last one on the plane.
Yeah.
Because he was running late.
Man.
She goes, as always, he was. And then him and 3 other individuals, 4, I think in total, decided, nope, this isn't getting to its target. They rushed the cockpit. You know the story. And they saved that plane from getting to its intended target, which I think was the Capitol, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I can't remember. And that's a shame. But I thought it was the Capitol or Congress.
I think it was the one that was going for the White House, I think.
Was it the White
Yeah.
House? I think so. Okay. At any rate, and they saved, I don't know how many lives by taking that plane down.
Yep.
True heroes.
Yes, they are.
And we should never forget. And we
never forget. And right now they're the forgotten heroes.
They're the forgotten.
9/11 is a whole forgotten thing. You watch CNN and they barely talk about it. Like, and Wednesday, they're going to barely talk about it.
They're going to barely talk about it. Yeah, we're not. We're going to talk.
No, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it always. So that was amazing. Boy, we're halfway into the show, and haven't gotten anywhere near anybody else. Steve from 5150 Rifles, crazy dude, love him. He's insane.
The distance. I'm like, you can shoot from over a mile.
Miles, almost 2.
Yeah,
like a mile and 3/4, and hit its target. Yeah. And the products they make are incredible.
And we've got some announcements too, because he asked us to come down and do a live broadcast from his shooting contest
in Dallas. They're outside.
How awesome would that be, Larry and Billy?
Yeah,
to attend that, to watch these. I mean, it's in Texas, so we're in
Texas.
But from these distances, I mean, a mile and 3/4 is what he basically his furthest shot.
Mile and 3/4. What?
Think about that.
I mean,
most of us won't run that.
I'll never run it unless I'm getting chased. I don't see a point. A mile and 3/4. Incredible. You gotta plan for the curvature of the earth at that point.
Yes,
it's true.
He talked about
wind,
that too,
curvature. He explained all that. I mean, like,
math.
What? It was math. I'm like, who? Somebody else is gonna do that for me, right? I'm just gonna pull the trigger, right? Someone else is gonna.
What do you say? 8 seconds.
Yeah.
8 seconds it took from
8 seconds.
Shot to,
Crazy. But anyway, so him, who am I forgetting? I mean, besides name the Warrior Shield guys. Chance, obviously, his wife Teresa, absolutely tremendous human being. Great people.
You got Jason and his
yes.
Jason was the organizer. He was putting all this together.
Oh my God, that guy was intense. He was great.
Sharon was the secretary, I believe, and her husband.
Sherry. That's
right. Sherry.
Yep. Sherry. Yep. Her husband, John, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna say some names wrong.
Was it Andy?
I know it. Huh? Oh, it was Andy. It was Andy.
Because he told the story. He told it. We won't go into the story.
Yeah.
But hadn't met the guy, and he just made a comment like,
"They were great. Nice to meet you." He was great. So many people, and then the countless amount of people we met who I don't even remember their names. There is one individual we met, and her name was Paige. So tell about Paige, Jim.
Well, Paige,
before my voice gets gone.
Paige is from Saskatchewan, Canada. She's from Canada. She has come to this every year, and
Canada.
she's from Canada, and she flies down. Chance introduced us to her,
Yeah.
and she is a love America. Her
Mhm.
goal is to move to America from Canada. And one of the stories she told us is that if everybody remembers when they had the truck drivers that boycotted and drove across
Yep.
the country to
When Trudeau was the whole
wanted to
COVID
open up,
vaccine stuff.
get open up. She told us the story that she donated
Mhm.
and other people donated to that cause, $25.
$25 she donated.
Everybody, I shouldn't say everybody donated, but she had her bank account seized by the government.
For 3 weeks.
She said a mother of two, single mother of two, had
Mhm.
her bank account frozen because she donated $25.
Correct.
And they had to download
Mhm.
this app on their
Yeah.
phone.
Mhm.
And what this app did during COVID was find out where you were at
Tracked
and
every
compared
movement.
it to how many other people were there.
Correct.
And they were told, neighbors were told to report neighbors if they were outside without a mask.
Yep.
This
That's what happened
this
in
is
Canada.
Canada, folks.
Canada.
And we thought we had it bad in some areas here.
Yeah.
But she said one comment, Dale, and you remember this comment she said?
I do. I know what you're about to say.
She is asking America to get this right.
Yep.
Because if America fails, the world is in trouble.
That's coming from Canada.
And
A citizen of
a
Canada.
Canadian said
Citizen.
this,
Mhm.
that there are people there are people rooting for us, people like us, conservatives, to
Yes.
make sure we don't lose this election, to make
Yep.
sure there is no cheating, to make sure
Yep.
that we win this election. Because if these two individuals are in this White House,
Yep.
capitalism and democracy, constitutional republic, whatever it is gone.
Gone.
Is
And they know it. And they know it. And so it's not just important, and we say it all the time, without a strong America, there is no strong world.
Mm-mm.
And now we're hearing it. We're hearing it from our neighbors up north that they have to get this right in order for democracy, honestly, to thrive, capitalism to thrive.
Yep.
Without a strong America, what do you think happens to the borders of Canada? I mean, what do you think happens to our neighbors
Yep.
up north? Total chaos, which is currently happening now. Thank God the conservative candidate is leading in the polls over Trudeau.
Yep.
And I didn't know this either, but they have no term limits up there
I was shocked by that.
as far as prime minister goes.
Yep.
They have no term limits up there. I don't know why I didn't know that. I think I should have known that. But when she said it, we were like, wait, this Trudeau could win for 50 years? Don't let it happen either, Canada.
Yeah.
Save yourself as well. We're trying to do our part down here. But so met her, everybody who was involved with it. And now we've been asked to come back next year.
Yep.
And broadcast again, and we shall do it. We are honored to do it. It was an honor to do it this past weekend. It's going to be an honor to do it the remainder of our lives. Cannot wait.
Most importantly, they said that we're part of the Warrior Shield family now.
Yeah.
That is an honor that I
get you right in the feels, boy.
And I will cherish it from now until end. And we are going to do everything we can to help them. We will keep talking about them all year long, guys. This isn't we're not going to stop. And that we are going to talk about all year long, because we want to fill that place up next year.
Correct.
We want to make that hall that they're in too small.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
We
make it too small. That's how important it is.
Yep.
It should be completely jam filled. Great crowd. Don't get me the gala crowd.
And
incredible.
Another company that possibly could go down there and have some items.
Yeah.
Possibly, we don't know yet, but we've talked to this company, and you were going to mention them, so I'll let you. I am.
Yeah. So they're called Sub-Second, folks. If you've not heard of Sub-Second, they're a service disabled veteran-owned small business. They believe in the truest innovation arises when existing products fail to meet the evolving standards in the industry. So what they do is they make, dudes, we're talking about
tactical belts.
Tactical belts. Thank you. The word is not coming to my brain. They make tactical belts as well as some other gear and all that. But their main business is tactical belts, 100% made in the United States of America, every bit of it. Unlike a lot of them that you get out there, but it's really geared for what I would say, not just comfort, because they get uncomfortable out there. You bend over, your service pistol's jamming in your leg. It's doing all that. The way it's designed for them, it's for not only comfort, but also quick release. Saves you multiple seconds, which is life-saving time when you're drawing your weapon. That's what they do, and they've got an amazing product. We're going to bring you more of them and hopefully get them on to talk to you about it. But it's called Subsecond, and you can go to subsecondllc.com and look them up and who they are. They have contracts with police forces across the country. Some of them,
and they're tactical belts for different things.
Different things.
I mean, security
Yep.
firms and
Yep.
military,
It's just law enforcement
mostly, probably.
Yep. And it's a disabled veteran-owned business. And so if you can, that's the important part. Another veteran. So hopefully we bring them on board. We get them down next year or get some of their things to donate. They're amazing people and they're going to do it. I mean, that's just who they are. We can't wait to kind of form that relationship with them a little bit more. We'll have some talks and we'll get this thing started, but that's not stopping us from telling you about this business who is also doing their part to help in America. Subsecondllc.com. Just like it sounds. I don't know if I got to spell it, but that's what it is. Subsecondllc.com. Jim, I know we have some other things we want to play. I want to get the
those people in San Francisco. We'd probably have to spell it, but they're not listening.
They're not listening. They're not going to buy it anyways. The police force might.
Yep.
Your average citizen is not. They're too busy eating sushi and doing whatever the hell they do out there and driving their electric cars. Let's get Greg Guerra in real quick again. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Together as Americans.
Before we get to the stories, here is.
Can I say GritGearApparel.com and LockandLoadCoffee.com? Do you mind real quick? And then you can get to the stories. Everybody knows, but please go there and support them. Use coupon code 2guys. Get 10% off your first order. Go on, Jim. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Go on. This is important.
This is his book.
Colonel Gregory Gatson.
So Finding Waypoints, and that is the Colonel. If you watch the movie Battleship, he's the one with the two legs. Well, what I can't remember what I'm forgetting the term that you would call them. So you know what I'm talking about. Prosthetic. Thank you. The two prosthetic.
Tactical. You forget prosthetic.
He's basically saved the world from aliens. But here's what he said. Here's what he said in the book. He goes, "Thank you, my favorite podcaster, for your support and patriotism and all that you do for our veterans. God bless."
God, it's awesome.
So
cherish that one. Put that one in a case, brother. Yeah, that's important. You can get his book where you can get it on Amazon. What's the book title called again?
It is called Finding Waypoints. It's a warrior's journey towards peace and purpose.
Yep.
Gary Sinise wrote a thing about it. It says this story will lift you up.
He was the keynote speaker at the gala, and you could have heard a pin drop when he was telling the story about how he lost his legs, what was happening. I won't go into all the details about it, but it was incredible.
Yep.
His journey to that moment and after is absolutely awe-inspiring. It's why when I come on air and I say I'm tired,
Yeah, yeah.
So the hell what?
Yeah,
Right.
if you feel like you're having a bad day or something like that,
Yeah.
understand there's
story.
people out there
There's people out
that,
there.
that have had worse days. So
Yeah, I think so. Days none of us could survive. To be
it's
honest
how I
with you.
like to say. Sometimes I want to have a pity party. We all
Oh,
do.
I agree.
Right?
We all do.
We all do.
Right?
Have it, but then move on.
Have your private pity party and then
Right.
move on, because whatever just happened to you, in a way, I mean, there's everybody deserves a right to that. I'm not saying
Exactly.
don't,
No.
but just then there's inspiring stories that'll get you out of that. His is one. His absolutely is one. So, Jim, I was going to play a couple. Maybe I'll save that for next. Do you want me to play like Bo Bice or anything like
Yeah,
that? Or
because
do you
they're
want-
not very long.
They are.
Let's
So,
go ahead and do it.
Bo
And we're
Bice
going to
was
run
one
a
of
little
the-
longer than an hour because we do have some stories we feel.
Yeah,
we
that's
need to talk
fine with. Yeah,
about.
that's
Yeah,
fine. I mean, we
so-
have to get through them. But yeah, I just took it. I don't know, how well. I'm not really a cameraman when it comes to filming things, live and in person. So bear with it. But I want you to listen to this. Is it on there, Jim? Can you see it?
Yeah, Bo Bice. You want me to play it?
Oh, I got it. I got it right now.
Okay.
Thanks,
Now,
brother.
listen
Yep.
closely because you'll
Why?
hear an individual and know why he lost his voice. Go ahead.
Go on. Well, yeah, I'm voiceovering for Bo on stage. That is just one of, I don't know, 40 songs. I mean, listen, so I play that for this reason. One, he should have been your winner. I mean, it was just Carrie Underwood that lost, that he lost to, and she's gone.
He hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything. And two, when you talk to him, and it was another one where we had some FUBAR sound issues on day one of our live event. So if you didn't really get to hear him, he is truly the nicest human being in the world. Soft-spoken, gentle, humble, and just all about the veterans, like 100% on board, and has been. And he'll be there next year along with Ryan Weaver and along with Sean Holcomb, who I don't have his video, but you got to look up Sean Holcomb.
Yeah, he's
going
we're gonna have him on the show here in a couple.
Yeah, we are.
Weeks,
we're gonna have him on.
God.
What do you think of Bo Bice? I mean, like, just
unbelievable. I've never. And I was telling you this.
Yes,
I had
correct.
never heard him because I never watched American Idol. I never watched any of it. Big fan of the singers that were on it, but never watched it.
Yeah.
And when we interviewed him, remember what I asked you before he went on? I said, "What genre does he sing?" Because I'm trying to picture how soft spoken. And then he comes out and he has that rock and roll voice, and it's like, no way.
Of course,
No
what did he end?
way. It's
What
like
did
Rick
he end with?
Astley from the 80s, right? You saw that,
Yeah.
you hear that song, and you look at him and go, no way
No,
is that
that's
voice
not his
coming out of
voice.
that guy.
Yeah.
That was like this. I mean, he's just, oh man, but awesome individual. So soft spoken.
And what song did he end with?
Um,
Freebird, buddy.
yeah,
Freebird.
Freebird. Yeah, because we were.
And I wish I would have recorded the guitarist, his lead
Oh
guitarist.
my God, those
Spot
guitarists,
on.
man. Oh,
Holy smokes. Incredible. Well, one of the nicest individuals
Yes.
you will ever meet in your life. And you can meet him next year when you come to the event. So just come and then you don't have to worry about it.
Guys, because Ryan Weaver is 100%.
I'm going to play Ryan Weaver
energy.
next. Now, this is kind of in pre-show warm-up where my sound went out and something. So I don't know if it's this video that's going to do it. Anyways, I'll be back. If it does, Jim, take it off and fill in until I get back. But maybe there's something with it. Hopefully it works.
Okay.
Fingers crossed, people.
Lying awake, I toss and turn, just trying to sleep. Praying to God you're up there somewhere thinking of me. Thoughts are burning, lost in yearning for your company. It's a daily fight not to lose my mind, that's how it's gonna be. Hope I'm strong enough to keep my heart from breaking into a million parts without you. So I take the pain and I push it down, even though it hurts like the day I found out you were gone, and it still seems like yesterday. We were high up in that live oak tree, blue skies above, the world at our feet, and I followed you, you're everything. Now I wonder what you think of me.
Now, that song, dude, that is about his brother, Aaron, who was killed in action. Understand? Man, it's crazy. He was on a medevac.
Medevac, which is supposed to be
off
leave him alone.
limits.
Yep,
Leave him
off
alone.
limits.
Got shot down and died.
And I believe the story was he wanted to serve another term, but he couldn't because he was diagnosed with cancer.
Correct. He was diagnosed with cancer. He wanted to serve another term, so he was actually getting medevac to get checked for that, and they shot him down. And of course Ryan lost his brother-in-law. So he right now is the last person I want to thank today for this show. And I know I've forgotten people, and of course when we come back on the air Wednesday, I will thank them. But without him. And so I'll go back. Sandra Olson, who I'm sure nobody, you may know or may not know, but she introduced us to Ryan. That's how we got involved with all this. It just trickled down from there. He's the one who introduced us to them, introduced us to Grit Gear. And I mean, so without Ryan, none of this would have even been possible without his support, without his encouragement, without his kind words to the organization to get us there. So personal, and he's an amazing individual and great artist. Absolutely great artist. So without Ryan, we wouldn't be here. So I think
if you want a treat, go out on YouTube and watch his videos for that song.
Yeah.
What You Think of Me. He's got an extended director's cut version, which Colonel Gadsden, Chance, I believe,
is in it.
Rich was in it, I believe.
Yep.
And his brother plays his dad.
Yeah.
So you got to watch the video. Watch that one. All right, because that's the one that it's a great. I mean,
tells the whole story,
and listening to him tell the story. It took him 10 years to really put this out.
Yep, it did.
And and I dare you to know the story and not cry when you're hearing it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And that version, that whole acoustic version, was like, I got to put the phone down, man. This is like, that was a rough one, but. So that, as far as everybody that was there, that's who I want to thank. Lastly, our families for allowing us that pleasure to go and that honor to go down there and do that. Without their support, that none of this nonsense that you hear most of the time would be possible. So without them,
Dale and
thank
Mrs.
you.
Jim, they're right there.
They're right there. They're right there, supportive, right
awesome.
there behind us. And without them, none of it's possible. So
and folks, everybody knows out there, being without us, it's got to be torture. I know
it has to be.
Guys wait to hear our show.
Yeah,
You guys,
you're probably
it's
just
it's.
you're probably
Imagine being
popping
gone.
more meds, trying
Yeah.
to get through the day
I mean,
until you hear us. That's what it's like when we're
okay, so
gone.
maybe our wives part of it is. Yeah, just go.
Or maybe they pop the meds when they're with us. I'm not sure which way it
But
is. I
thank
get
you for your
confused.
support. We honestly could not do this without them.
Correct.
Obviously, I mean,
Correct.
and
Correct.
families, our families out there, all of our families that listen, because right now my brother and sister are listening along with my wife, and our children share our stuff. I got a daughter that was proud of her dad. She just posted that thing out with us being live from the event, saying this is my dad. So our families are great.
It's worth it. It's all worth it.
Couldn't
when
ask
that
for
happens.
better families and friends and listeners out there. You guys are we weren't sure how we were going to do Saturday.
Yeah,
and it was a great show. We had a lot of viewers. We had a lot of comments, and we thank everybody for tuning in. And if you weren't able to, please go back and watch.
Go back,
the
listen to
interviews
it,
from
like,
the
follow,
show.
share it, follow the Patriots Prayer Network. So without them as well. So, I mean, the list goes on and on. So without Eddie, Maurice, the whole Patriots Prayer Network, the support of the whole network, that also wouldn't have been possible. So it's just
the last
phenomenal.
little shout out, my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
One of our original fans that always watch every episode that we do. She's one of those two that,
they've been there since the beginning. So absolutely. Jim, let's talk a little bit real quick now. And I know we're going long, but that's not a big problem. Do you you got something, Jim, or do you want me to play some illegal?
We want to talk
illegal stuff.
Yeah.
They're all hell's breaking loose in Springfield, Ohio, small town northeast of Dayton. Roughly 56,000, 57, depending on the year. It's around 60,000 is the population. Well, they've got about another 20,000 more now. That's because of Haitians. It's been taken over by Haitian illegal immigrants. Some people went to the school, to the board, the city council to speak their mind. I'm going to play one. There's the woman, Jim. I'm not, because it's a quiet video. So I'm just going to play the gentleman.
No, but I think we need to play it and just tell people to listen, because this woman is passionate.
Yeah.
It's her passion that we got to hear.
I'll play hers first. Now it's a little quiet. So yeah, turn it up the volume right now.
Noel? Thank you.
I live at 426 Northwestern Avenue. Miss Skinner, who I'm not trying to put on the spot, is my neighbor.
Just talk to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me. I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly. And last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noel, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status and you're protecting them. And I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know those city council people. No idea who they are.
Yeah,
don't know what they're. But I guarantee you, there's a number of them up there that don't care.
Don't care.
They're getting money from the government to house these people.
Yep.
They don't care. They don't care what happens to us Americans. We Americans who have been here forever. Okay, we Americans who lived here. We Americans who still work. Right. Well, some of us are losing our jobs too. Anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. Another story. And
it's unbelievable. And now they're killing pets to eat them. The Haitians.
Yep.
Here's literally Springfield like yeah. It's insane. It's close. See how close? I mean, when you think they're not in your neighborhood. Yeah. How long? Oh yeah. It's only a couple hours from you. Yep. And when you think they're not close or they're not in your backyard, they are, or they will be shortly. That's for sure. that's why this election is so important as well. We have one other member of the city of Springfield talking to the city council. Here it is.
I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for going left to center and a couple miles over. Y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic. Y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive, because it's getting bro. I'm getting thousands of views on these, and it's going to get bigger, and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all need to put on a T-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets, and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. We got to do something, bro. It's kids out here getting hurt. Only reason I even went on here and said something about it is because somebody told me they walking from the school and a Haitian almost ran into them. And who is getting paid? How much money is y'all really getting paid, to bring them over here? I know it's deeper than them. I know that's where they come from, and that's what they do. That's their country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just getting paid from it and then y'all ain't doing nothing about it, I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, step up. It's lame, bro. For real.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like his hat.
Yeah. Of course you like this Cincinnati. Excuse me. It's crazy. So, it's multiples of problem. They're driving cars. Did they ever drive a car in Haiti? Was there a car available to them? I don't know. But what he's saying is,
they being able?
You're bringing the third world country over to America and not expecting it to be a third world country.
How can they get driver's license in this country without driving tests? Folks, look, I know CNN. I get it. They don't watch this stuff.
Yeah.
We have to try to push this out there because people have to know.
Yeah.
They have to know. Play this
the
video
legal
of
benefits.
the legal benefits.
Yeah, just hear what they get while our veteran homeless are freezing and sleeping on the street.
And I have another story to follow up from Massachusetts.
Yep, right when this is done. So listen, folks.
No, $15,000 in food stamps and $5,000 cash money. Every month they're getting that. Yes, and they're getting 6 months free rent. But this was the first time I heard about it. I've heard it's 2 years free rent, getting Section 8 first, prioritized before the citizens.
So the Venezuelan migrants that are coming in here, they are getting 6 months free rent, $15,000 in food stamps, and on a credit card, $5,000. Cash. Oh my goodness. How do people in Chicago feel about that?
Well, people are angry because there's a lot of people, that need help with Medicaid and food stamps, and they get rejected.
Tell me about the people that you've seen on the streets collecting clothes.
By my house, there's a Walgreens. There's a lot of families that go stand by the door with a pamphlet saying they need money and food. And they're Venezuelans getting money. And then they go in the bus and don't pay. Go in the trains, don't pay. And they're not getting in trouble for none of the wrong things they're doing.
They can commit a crime or steal or something and nothing happens to them.
Nothing happens.
So she was clearly a MAGA Republican. What?
It's America, folks.
It's America. That's unbelievable.
$20,000 a month between EBT food cards
And cash.
and $5,000 cash
And free rent.
a month.
And free rent. So what does that cost? And our homeless vets are sleeping on the streets and freezing. If that doesn't motivate you to get your ass up and go vote and vote for Trump,
And I'm not.
then you're not only part of the problem, you are the problem, and you need not be here. You need not be in this country if you agree with all that.
Now,
So,
I live in a
100.
state where you have to have an ID and all that stuff. So it's going to be hard for me to be in a poll and watch somebody with a card sign. But if you live in an area where you have standards, where you have requirements, or you see somebody going to a drop box and putting multiple drop boxes, film it.
Film it.
Don't
Film it.
confront
Film
them.
it. Send it to us.
Don't confront
We'll play
them, but film them. Because, guys, I'm telling you, the only way, and we know this, the only way they can win is to cheat. That is it.
Correct.
It wouldn't be the Mondale destruction that Reagan had in 84, but I'm telling you right now, it would. There may be only 4 or 5 states that go to Paris. That's it.
That's it.
And so they have to cheat.
And those aren't the ones that will give her 270 electoral votes. So,
no. And here's something else that's going to tick you off. This is Massachusetts, guys. So this is going to be other states as well, not just Massachusetts, but Dale and I, ever since this show started, 2 areas that we felt need to be looked at. Things that, and not taxing the wealthy.
Yeah.
Right. Having a search for welfare. Because I'm sorry, if you're on welfare for decades,
that's your
something's
income.
wrong here. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's not what the program's for.
Is wrong. And permanent disability.
Yeah.
There are people on permanent disability that should not be on permanent disability.
Yes.
And if you have to go after the doctors who've signed those because they're tired of the whining or whatever, you go after them. Because these are the 2 areas that are hurting. There are people that really probably need it that can't get it. Okay. But here in Massachusetts, public records obtained by an outlet show dozens of VBD cards expenditures at several popular vacation destinations, including California, Florida, Alaska, as well as numerous holiday islands. While the federal and state government spend $3 billion on tax-funded EBT cards in Massachusetts,
Wait, $3 billion just in Massachusetts?
Billion just in Massachusetts during the fiscal year of 2024. 32 charges were made in Hawaii. Charges on the EBT card. Charges from people who live in Massachusetts with an EBT card.
Not Los Angeles to Hawaii. Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah. So now that means they couldn't use it to buy an airplane ticket, but they could afford it.
Yeah.
And my wife and I have not been to Hawaii.
Yep.
That is her dream destination.
Correct.
That she would love to go to. And I am going to, but I swear to you before I die, I am getting her there.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe I need to quit work.
Maybe you need to go to Mexico, come across the border. And I'm not saying because Mexicans, we know they're Venezuelans and Haitians and all that, but yeah.
EBT recipients in the blue state have spent taxpayer dollars in virtually every U.S. state and all over tourist hotspots. Now, here's the law. Here's the requirement. Individuals receiving public assistance through the Department of Transitional Assistance use these benefits to meet their most basic needs and qualify by having an annual income that is less than 200% below the federal poverty level. State and federal law regulates what can be purchased with benefits and where purchases can be made, and any out-of-state usage beyond approved temporary absences can result in an individual no longer receiving assistance due to not meeting Massachusetts residency requirements.
Mhm.
Is Hawaii out of state? I don't remember it being a border state. Somebody needs to help me. Okay.
Maybe it's the island off of Boston or something. Maybe there's a
They
little
go to
island
the
off of
Virgin
Boston.
Islands, Dale. Have
Yeah.
you been to the Virgin Islands?
I have not. I'm not.
Okay, guys, when they use the EBT cards, that's not the expense of getting there.
Mhm.
200% below the poverty level. How can you afford an airplane ticket to Hawaii? What is going
We know
on?
how now. So
what is going on?
Well,
So when
Jim, it's been such a problem for so long now.
When people in my family look at me and say, I don't care about the poor.
Yeah.
I care about the poor. I don't care about these pieces of crap that take advantage of the situation.
Correct.
Sorry, I don't.
Correct.
I don't. Now, I
Yes.
do care about the children because unfortunately they're being used.
Yeah, they are being used, and it's not their fault.
But
correct.
this really irritates the ever living shit out of me because now you just saw that report about illegals. We can't help our veterans. We can't help the families where a father or a husband lost his family by an accident and just can't take life, lost his house, lost his job, and has become homeless.
Mhm.
We don't care about helping them.
Nope.
We want to help these guys.
Mhm.
Folks, how many of you out there have been to
infuriating.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
How many out there? And I
know,
guarantee you're not living on food stamps if you go there.
No, you're right.
So what the hell? Okay, it's just like the voter rolls. We need to clean this shit up. We've got people still getting EBT cards that don't, obviously their means are way above. Okay. So, sorry, I'm getting on another rant, but,
I went away.
Yeah, you're cutting up again.
Oh.
So, and then here's a good comment from Buckeye. We taxpayers are literally funding our own invasion.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Anyway,
Exactly.
Sorry, I get on a kick.
Right now at the moment.
Yeah, you're cutting out really bad.
So,
So until you come back, one quick thing I want to talk about. I don't know if anybody heard this, but I, for one, who am a fan of President Reagan, was insulted by this. I don't know if anybody saw this. Liz Cheney went on ABC over the weekend, claimed Vice President Kamala Harris gave a speech at the Democrat National Convention that former President Ronald Reagan could have given.
What?
Yeah. I heard the speech.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan wouldn't have done that. Well, first of all, Ronald Reagan would have made sure all this stuff was being done when he was first in office on the first day.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been the difference.
Foremost.
Yeah.
But this woman has got, and I'm sorry, I know I'm not supposed to use that term, but she has gotten to the point that I move over to the Democrat Party. Do not even put the R behind your name. Get the hell out. Because when you start comparing Kamala Harris to one of the greatest presidents that we ever had, at speaking especially,
correct.
Shut the hell
Shut up. Shut up. Not even close.
I don't know if anybody heard that.
I didn't.
I hope everybody's as mad as I am about that.
Yeah. They should be, Wow. Jim, a couple things real quick here. The Harris campaign is already downplaying her performance before it even happens. We don't know if the debate. We think there's going to be a debate. Nancy Pelosi says there might not be. She thinks Trump won't show up.
Really?
X-Lax, Ambien, and vodka. That's all I'm going to say about Nancy
Pelosi. I honestly
Pelosi.
think he wouldn't show up.
Yeah, he wouldn't show up. He's a scared. Panelists on the big weekend show discussed the established rules of the upcoming ABC News presidential debate, which happens tomorrow, supposedly, allegedly, between former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. Tour de force aren't going to be what you hear from the headlines because the campaign's already downplaying her performance before it happens. Here's what they are saying. The Trump campaign offered her 3 debates, which is really out of respect for the American people and the voters for candidates. turn their vote on election day. We've always had 3 debates, right? One is the format that we're going to see on Tuesday night. One is the town hall debate, and then one focuses on foreign policy. Harris Fox News contributor Joe Concha said Harris was offered a Fox News debate and she would not take that debate because Brett Baer and Martha McCullum are going to ask germane, relevant, tough questions she wants no part of. So she's turned that down. She can only have that. These are the rules that the Biden. Well, let me see if there's actual rules there. Following suit behind the first presidential debate between Trump and Biden in July, mics for one candidate will be live at the time that they answer the question, while the other's microphone will remain muted until it is their turn to speak. ABC News also reported that Trump and Harris will have 2 minutes to answer each question, followed by another 2 minutes for a rebuttal, and then an additional minute for a follow-up clarification or a response. Neither contender will be allowed to bring pre-written notes on stage, and there will be no opening statements from either party, and closing statements from each participant will be limited to 120 seconds, or in normal terms, 2 minutes. I don't know why I put 120 seconds. Anyways, so those are the rules. My issue is here, I didn't say anything about not wearing an earpiece.
Yeah. She will have something.
There
is no way she can go out.
She cannot go off the cuff.
So watch the
How
pauses.
is she going to defend 3.5 years of her policies?
Watch her pauses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If she's
That's
pausing.
the body language and pauses. Yep.
Now, I'm not saying she's going to have it. She may not.
Yeah.
But do you think ABC's going to check it?
Well, that's the truth, too.
Yeah.
But the Patriot Prayer Network might check it. We might have, and I'm saying this because I don't know that it's official or not official, but a watch party tomorrow night for that debate. Right. So you can join us live on the Patriot Prayer Network for that, for expert commentary and analysis, and also just to watch and laugh along like the rest of us will at this fiasco of a debate.
I have a quick thing I want to bring up.
Go ahead.
Because we had the jobs reports that came out, right?
We did. Oh, boy.
Underperformed again. And it's going to be adjusted later.
Oh, it is.
It always
it's going to be even worse.
But listen to this, okay? Mm-hmm. The latest Bureau of Labor Statistics report for August reveals the extent to which Biden and Harris's mass migration agenda has significantly impacted the nation's labor market, tilting it in favor of newly arrived migrants released into the United States from the southern border. Over the last year, the report states about 1.24 million foreign workers have secured jobs. Mm-hmm. While during that same period, 1.32 million fewer native-born Americans now hold U.S. jobs.
Who's going to pull our fruit and crops, Jim? That's their excuse. Americans don't want to do that stuff. That's their excuse.
August jobs report shows more pain for native-born Americans.
Yep. Us.
Who've lost more than 1.3 million jobs over the last year, while foreign-born workers have gained over 1.2. So when you see they're bragging about job creation, it's not for the legals, folks.
Nope.
It's not for us. It's not for the citizens of the United States. It's for the illegals that are getting the $20,000 a month plus rent. These are the ones that are getting it.
Yeah.
When
could you survive on $20,000 a month? Plus
no
house payment, no mortgage.
You do realize what $20,000 a month adds out, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know math. I know 10, 20,
200, right? 240,000.
Yeah. And that's not taxable.
Yeah. Now, look, I don't know if they're getting it for the 12 months. I don't know.
Of course.
Okay, or maybe it goes down.
They'll get it at least through November 5th.
But I can't see illegals getting $240,000 a year.
No.
I mean, that's painfully disgusting. But folks, I don't know how we do it. I don't know how, but this is bullshit. Americans are suffering, and this administration and the Democrats don't care. I've got family members. They don't care. They don't believe it. They don't, we got to help people. Are you kidding?
I'm sure the citizens of Springfield, Ohio didn't believe it either. I'm sure there was a lot of them that said, wait a second, that's not really happening in my town.
Exactly.
That's big New York and California. Let them. Nope. Every town, guys. It's coming to a town near you. Jim, I'm going to.
And it's because they don't like President Trump.
Yeah, it's because just mean tweets.
So you're going to vote for communism.
Why?
Because you don't like President Trump.
Well, it's not only that; it won't even be our nation. It won't even be called the United States. I mean, yeah. It's just it will be taken over, and they're coming after you, you wimpy liberals. They're coming after you first, and they don't even realize it.
Now, real quick, Dale, your opinion, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many networks, when the debate's over, okay? Because we know she may perform well at the debate, but what she's not going to be able to do is defend her record.
No, impossible.
And you know, President Trump's going to go after the record, right?
Of course.
How many networks the next day? How bad Trump was to a woman?
Yep.
Not only a black woman, a woman of color. That will be the start.
That's the story
because he's going to win the election or debate, folks. I mean,
you
Kamala Harris showing up and not doing a word salad is a win for them.
Is a win for them. Just like Biden. Well, just like they thought Biden just standing upright for an hour and a half was a win. It wasn't. So we'll see. Yeah.
If she sits there and says, "I'm going to build a wall," well, why didn't you start it 3 years ago? Why'd you stop my wall? Why did you stop towards my wall?
Yeah, you were the deciding vote.
Yeah,
I'm going to create jobs. Why did you cut jobs? You were the deciding vote.
Exactly. Why didn't you help? Why didn't you?
I'm going to protect the border. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, yes. Well, she came out with her plan now just a day before how she's going to give increased child tax credits. She's going to, tax. Nobody's going to have to worry about, capital gains or unrealized gains if they make less than 400,000. It's the same bullshit plan Biden did. Bullshit. We call bullshit. Jim, I'm going to play Grit Gear. Why? Because they deserve to be played and supported. So here they are. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Yeah, we do. We stand as Americans together.
Yes.
Citizens and Americans. Unyielding, patriotic. That is gritgearapparel.com and lockandloadcoffee.com. Thank you, Buckeye, again. Thank you, Jim, for putting those on the screen. I'm going to say it all the time. And I'm going to say it till the day I die. These people, these are the ones who deserve your support as far as business goes. Started an American dream. They're succeeding in that American dream despite everything.
Yeah. They started in a shed.
They started in a shed.
In the summer, it was hotter than hell. In the winter, it was colder.
I
guess not colder than hell. That would be a wrong term.
That would be nice. But cold as ice. In there.
Colder than Nancy Pelosi's bedroom.
Yep. Cold. Yeah, correct.
But they
just got to support them, guys.
They built it in hard work, true American hard work.
Yep.
Bought it. They have a bricks and mortar shop now.
Yep, they do.
And
go visit them.
It shows you what hard work can do. And
if you're in the southeastern Ohio, northern West Virginia, southwestern Pennsylvania, it's a hop, skip, and a jump to their store. Go visit them at their location. The store's not open today. They're on their way back still.
Correct. So if you're listening, hello.
Weekend. Yeah, hello, Rich. Hello, Sharon. Thank you again, both for everything. Go support them. GritGearApparel.com, lockandloadcoffee.com. Coupon code 2 guys, get 10% off your first order. If it's not your first order, and it shouldn't be because you should keep ordering, just put the code in there, 2 guys, so they know where you heard it from.
Yep.
And free shipping, everything over $125. Win.
Great shirts, great apparel.
I'm wearing it. This is a different one. Nobody's seen this one yet. So that's another one.
Awesome. And again,
Rich, what do you think of that logo, brother?
Announce it because I don't know. We'll see, but there's potentially 2 new shirts coming out. But we do have a big announcement in a couple. We're not going to say anything yet because one, I don't know if they want us to, but there's something that's coming up that that we want to make sure we announce, and we will do that.
Yeah. And
But
we'll
here's some comments from people to the Point podcast, which
thank
you
you
need
to
to
the
tune
Point.
into them as well.
Yep.
But then we carry our show through the debate, but we'll be tuning in. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
cool. No, do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Larry. He had dinner with Larry the other day. What a great guy. And then
yes, he's amazing.
I love Ryan's music.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
God, that's a handsome guy in that picture, I'm telling you.
That is, I don't know.
A very good looking woman too.
It's Photoshop.
And then
it's crazy the world we're living in. Thank God we had DeSantis. I agree. Thank God we do. But how much longer? He 2026 he leaves, then what happens?
Yeah.
Who knows, people? Who knows?
So anyway, it's folks, thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all tuning in. Please go to gritgearapparel.com. Buy some shirts. Christmas is coming up. I can't tell you enough. If you have a Patriot in your family, there is not a shirt there they wouldn't love.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I wear them. We wear them every show. I mean, it's fantastic. They're fantastic people, help a great cause.
We wear them outside of the show.
Are America first.
Yeah, we were asked by people, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you get that? So we let them know. They're at the festival. There were people not even attending, just at the resort. Yep. We're asking where we got our gear. So we told them, and we gave them the card and told them, go here, support them, absolutely support them. So we'll keep spreading that word. Jim, thank you very much for all your support as well, and your help this past weekend. That was absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to do more of them or do it again. I can't wait till next year to go back to the Warrior Weekend. We're so proud to be a part of that at this point. We will keep pushing them. Don't forget about Sub-Zero Mission. Don't forget about Sub-Second as well. That company, please go help and support them. Everything you can do. And of course, warriorshield.org. Please go to warriorshield.org and show your support. The weekend's over. The fighting and the helping is not. Continues. So just because that's over does not mean the work's done. The work continues. So go do that. Jim, until we see you on Wednesday, I bid you adieu. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for listening, everybody. And we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Have a good day, Jim. Bye.